the protectors of the Wood Adventure Series. Join our story of misfit teenagers as they struggle to save the world from climate change. Episode 106, The River Queen.
All things reach out for the sunlight, the hand of life everywhere. When through the trees whisper through the leaves, waves of peace fill the air.
With the arrival of Sarah Williams, the group was complete. Pushing a strange wagon like an oversized shopping cart, Isaiah led the group across Main Street and turned left toward the bridge. On the right-hand side, there were no buildings, just a narrow, overgrown park between them and the Half Moon River. Down a path they went, nearly to the river's edge. Abby watched the water lapping at the base of trees and bushes, leaving no space for a boat to approach the shore. The cart ran on thick mountain bike wheels and easily rolled through a foot of water. Close to the bridge, a few feet of open ground sloped down to the water, and a fair-sized boat, about 20 feet long, was already aground there, its bow wedged into the mud.
The River Queen, Sharon!
Cali ran forward. A tall, dark-skinned woman in a long-sleeved t-shirt and jeans stood there holding the bow line. The boat did not come to a point, but to a square front about 4 feet wide. Sharon withdrew a bolt and pulled a lever, and the flat bow came right down to the ground, becoming a ramp and making access easy. Isaiah rolled the cart aboard and pushed it toward the stern to join another cart of the same type. One cart was full of large sacks, labeled brown rice, cashews, and oatmeal. The other was full of red, oblong tanks of the sort that normally contain propane, but Abby knew they were full of biogas. Built-in benches lined the open area, very much like a bus. Sharon looked at Abby and then did a double-take.
Abby, it's been so many years. Oh my, just look at you, all grown up and ready for the big game. Well, well, isn't this something? I heard your parents are back in town.
You look great, Sharon. Taller and stronger, and even more beautiful.
Oh, stop. You're embarrassing me. Welcome aboard the River Queen.
Abby saw Pastor Banks and her sons handing Sharon a few bills.
I see. $5 each. Got it right here.
No, this is a treat.
But Sammy paid me. I'm practically rich.
No, it's still a treat. Welcome home, sister. You start paying on the way back. You too, Sarah. Welcome aboard.
Abby's eyes teared up. It did feel like she was coming home after so many years. Sharon wound up a cable, and the bow rose into place. Isaiah pushed the boat off the mud and jumped in. The motor started up with a low rumble, and the River Queen backed into the current.
Here, wear these.
Sharon handed out orange vests.
You'll never know what'll happen on this river. It's high water rising. And now, at least you'll float. I don't want any accidents on my conscience.
In a moment, the boat was heading upstream, hugging the shoreline, where the current was slow. They passed under the arch of the Main Street Bridge, struggling against the fast water, and then moved back near the shoreline again. The branches of willow trees dripped right down to the river, forcing the passengers to duck as they glided through. The wind was at their backs, blowing against the current up the river valley. Pastor Banks sat with Sharon at the helm, while Isaiah and Ishmael sat on a bench working on lyrics to a song. Abby and Sarah joined Cali, leaning against the flat bow of the boat. Cali never took her eyes off the river ahead, and was constantly warning Sharon about floating branches, rocks, low water, strainers, and holes. They had a language all their own.
Eddy line moving left. Pour over on the right. Looks bad.
Abby studied the shoreline. In many places the water came over the top of the bank, moving right in among the trees and bushes. Sharon steered the River Queen in the slowest current she could find. Abby was thinking,
Thank God we're following the shoreline. Look at these canoes, dinghies, and kayaks shooting by.
a man in a canoe yelled to them,
"Tree down! Tree down!"
They all became quiet, eyes riveted on the water ahead. Suddenly Cali called out,
Fallen tree, branches, strain a hole on the right. Go left, left.
Abby saw white water appear near the right bank, a waterfall over a fallen tree. Long branches stretched across the river. Sharon was already turning across the current, and the boat slipped backward with alarming speed. Very slowly, she turned back upstream, and the boat struggled to make headway against the current, moving around the fallen tree.
Coming ashore! Wow, must have just happened. Nasty for anyone coming downstream.
Cali took the bow rope and made ready to move. The boat slid onto the mud of the left shoreline. Cali jumped into knee-deep water and pulled the rope tight around a tree. The stern of the boat swung downstream. The rope and the friction of the mud held, and the boat was safe. Sharon lowered the bow ramp. The way forward was blocked by many branches reaching almost to the bank ahead of them.
Okay, everybody ashore. No problem, just a little delay.
Sharon grabbed a long-handled pruning tool with razor-sharp curved blades. Thigh-deep in the water among the silvery leaves, she cut her way through the branches. The rest of the group stayed dry back among the trees. After 20 minutes or so, Sharon had cleared a passageway. She teamed up with Isaiah to roll the heavy carts off the boat and onto the bank. The empty boat now rode like a feather on top of the water. Sharon started her up again, and the River Queen slowly moved over the shallow water through the opening. Sharon immediately slid the boat back into the mud. They rolled the wagons aboard, took their places again, and were off.
You're a genius, Sharon.
Sarah was writing madly in a small notebook.
Oh, that was awesome. This is so cool. Everyone at school will be green with jealousy.
It is pretty cool. I've missed it so much. Living in Ridgewood and sleepwalking through high school. I've got to fix up my dinghy and get a little electric motor and maybe a sail.
She looked up from her notebook.
So, Cali, tell me more about you and the band. You're like their manager? No, nothing so important. I just do the media work. Running the social media accounts, advertising, linking up with people who want them to play. What's the name of the page? Everything has the same name. The Thunder Rolling Band. It's not really a full band yet, but maybe George and Eddie will join. They're talking about it.
How about Jeremy?
No, I think he's too busy.
I see.
What kind of gigs have they been playing? Well, of course, the Open Gate in Rivergate. They play there all the time. And they try out new stuff with other musicians at Parker's Music Store. And a few weeks ago, they drew a good crowd at the Half Moon Cafe. They were going to play at Sammy's, but that's impossible now. Do you think they might come to Evansville College to play? It's right off the river. They could even come down in the River Queen. Could they? We'd love it. You know, I start 2 courses there at the end of August. Really? I'll show you around. Introduce you to people. You can even join our group, Students Against Fossil Fuels. It's about climate change, and we're active, giving events all the time. That would be wonderful. I've hardly met anyone. And I'll talk up this idea with the band. Where would they play? What sort of venue? Maybe outside in the courtyard of the college, surrounded by the dormitories. That's a perfect spot this time of year. We'll schedule it for the day after students return for the new school year. We're inviting everyone to a divestment rally to make the Board of Trustees take the college money out of fossil fuel companies. We have over 500 members now.
Oh, this is perfect. Remember, Reverend Tuck is trying to get the same sort of thing started at the church. Maybe we can work together.
Oh, we'd love to. Everyone keeps saying we're in a bubble at college and don't reach regular people. Wait till they hear about this. Remember to like the band page. And Sarah, pump it up around your school. I tell you, these guys are ambitious. They have dreams of glory.
Like what?
Oh, you know. They picture this big movement of people all across the world needing a band to play music for the new era. Like a new anthem. A battle song for the way forward.
Sarah stared.
I've wondered if such a thing could happen. It takes courage to dream big, but the problems are even bigger. Tell the boys we need them at the college on Saturday, August 29th.
Come follow me. It's alright, you see. There's nothing for you to fear. Come on over here. You can see me through your tears. I'll listen to you. I hear what you say. Go ahead and cry from your heart. I'll see your part. With me, there's always a way. see you wherever you are. We can't be too near or too far. Any place you may happen to be, I can shine for you to see. Come close to me, and you'll surely see how life begins all around. See what you found. Just walk through the door. In my world there's always some more. The best is in store. The real story goes on and on. Don't think that the pain is the end. Don't think that it's all that there is. In darkness, I'll come to you. Remember, I'll always come through. If you only knew, it's all really true. How life begins all around. See what you found.
Thanks for listening to the Protectors of the Wood Adventure Series. Find all our projects on protectorsofthewood.com and support us on Patreon at Protectors of the Wood. And to all the eco warriors out there, remember that everyone can make a difference and every action counts.